Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I've got something here that is really polarizing in a lot of ways. A lot of people are calling these shoes bricks and just not really liking them, but I'm telling you, once you get your hands on these, they're a lot better than what you think they are. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, make sure you don't miss any more drops from me. I got something really special planned for these, so stay tuned to the end and I'll tell you what my plans are. Now, I was going to start off by saying that this was the worst Jordan 1 to be released this year, but I was going to add a little bit of context to that. See, I can give you 3 items and rate 1 to 10, 1 to 9, and 1 to 8. And technically, the 8 would be the worst of the group, but an 8 is still a great score. A grade is still well above average. Now, I don't know whether or not this would be rated an 8, but then I remember that there is that Shadow 2.0, which I just do not like. And that, to me, is probably the worst Jordan 1 of the year. Just is. And that's compared to some of the other Jordan 1s that I picked up this year that you see behind me. Now, this shoe comes to me straight from Snipes. Now, typically, it's almost impossible for a manual user to hit on Snipes. And that being said, I actually hit on a restock. Now, the problem with that is, when I bought these shoes, I thought that I was gonna miss out on the opportunity to purchase these for retail. Now, even though they are kind of hovering around at retail on StockX, rather than going through StockX and their authentication practices, at least I know when I get from Snipes, I'm getting a real deal. All that being said though, I didn't realize that Snipes was charging people $24 for shipping. Now again, I thought I was gonna miss out on retail, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger. And what do you know, like 5 days later, Sneakers app had a Jordan Reserve restock, and lo and behold, here they go. But that's okay, the shoe is in hand, and I'm glad to have it. Without further ado, let's get right into the unboxing. Right off the bat, you got your standard Air Jordan 1 box, which I'm a little bit disappointed in because Nike and Jordan Brand have given us these specialty boxes all year, and you would have thought that there might have been a little bit of a display design here that matches the tongue tag, but we'll get into that in a minute. Size tag reads, Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG, Light Fusion Red, Black and White. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present to you, I don't even know what to really call these. I've heard it being called the Faded, but we're gonna go ahead and call it the Air Jordan 1 Light Fusion Red. Now, it was really important for me to get my hands on these because the color, it was something that was such in the air. So many people have been trying to find that this was a red shoe. And the closer we get to a red, the more people think of the Chicago Jordan 1 when they see a Jordan 1 shoe. So although on camera it can be a bit deceiving, the shoe is a little bit closer to a pinkish color than it is to a red. But it's actually somewhere in between. As we do know, colors can have multiple shades, multiple hues, and subtle differences from one palette to the next. This is absolutely somewhere in between a red and a pink, if you're being curious. What really stands out about the shoe is the material quality. Now I know, I get it. Some people don't think that materials matter that much because you're wearing the shoe for how it looks, not necessarily for how it feels. I happen to think that they are mutually exclusive, however. A shoe can look good and have the proper color blocking if the combination works appropriately. This particular case, although the color blocking is not something that people really gravitate towards, the materials alone make the shoe look premium and it does look better on feet. Hopefully the camera illustrates this, but it's a very, very soft material. And I kind of want to say it's very akin to the Jordan 1 Obsidian. Now, people are always quick to throw up the Jordan 1 Shattered Backboard. I don't have that shoe. I've never felt it in hand. I don't know what it's like. I do, however, have the Jordan 1 Obsidian, and I can tell you this is very similar to that shoe. If you've seen one Jordan 1, you've seen them all. It does in fact have their radial traction pad here in black. Of course, you do have the eyelets with that fusion pink, the university gold, the gold swoosh, blah, 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 blah. Nylon tongue, nothing different than what you haven't seen 1,000 times on 1,000 different Jordan 1s. What is different, however, is the tongue tag. As I mentioned, our homeboy, Mr. Unloved Ones, called these the Street Fighter. If you have seen the Street Fighter logo before, you do see that faded colorway that is reminiscent of a sunset. Now, I don't know if there's any particular history that goes behind this shoe. Normally I try to dig something up to see what Nike and Jordan Brand were thinking when they created the color palette, but I didn't find anything about this shoe, and so here we are with a standard Chicago color blocking shoe that some people love and some people hate. As far as the colors themselves, it does kind of strike you as a Jordan 1 mid colorway. If I'm not mistaken, this is very reminiscent of the Dia de la Muerte Jordan 1 mid that came out maybe last year or so. That shoe does have a lot darker hue, and this shoe does have a much brighter hue, which I think is great for the summertime. Living in Florida, this shoe is an absolute dub. I can probably wear this shoe year round, and that's a beautiful thing about colorways like this. Jordan Brand once again knocked it out of the park by giving us extra spare lace options. In addition to the white lace that comes in it, it also comes with a black lace, this light fusion red laces, and as well a University Gold lace, which kind of snapped off my little pack here, but it is in fact included. And honestly, that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot to say about this shoe. It's not exactly a world beater. Prices for it are very low on StockX if you care about that sort of thing. Yes, I could have grabbed from StockX, but I felt more secure grabbing from Snipes because I know that they are a reputable retailer, and I didn't want to wait the 2 weeks that it would take to get from StockX. So normally around this time, I go ahead and take these guys outside and get you some nice on-foot shots. But as I mentioned, this is a great shoe for the summer, but I think it could be more than that. And so with that being said, I'm going ahead and started something that I think people are gonna like, and I want to make it more than just a shoe for the summer. A shoe that can at least transition into the fall, and maybe all year round if I do this thing right. Stay tuned for my next custom video. I hope you guys enjoyed the B-roll. Like I said, it's a very nice shoe. I think you can pick it up for retail or very close to it. It's worth it to have in your collection, if not for the color blocking, for the material alone. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, stay tuned for the custom of this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.